Hello, Robyn Moore here with today's Re-MINDavator. Recently I had the privilege to be in front of a judging panel for a Community Leadership Award, and they asked a really interesting question. What does community leadership look like to you? And the images came flooding to mind. It looks like a teacher who wrote saying, "Thank you for reminding me why I went into teaching in the first place." It looks like a carer who said, "I thought I had the worst job in the world looking after my mother, but now I realise I have the best job in the world and I can't wait to go home and hug my mum." It looks like a young man who joined the RAAF after a student leadership forum. And he wrote to me saying, "I sit here in the dark and it's my voice who brings the pilots home to safety in Afghanistan. Thank you, I now get the power of my own word." Well, 21 years ago, I wanted 600 girls to get the power of their own word after a father murdered his 4 daughters at their school. I said to the girls, "This awful thing, this terrible thing has happened, and you are a meaning machine. You could have it mean disempowering things like, life sucks, I'm not going to study, I'm getting out of this hellhole, you can't trust your fathers." Or you can have it mean something empowering like, "I'm going to live a magnificent life to honour my friends." Well, I've been stopped in the street by parents and young women all over this country who said, "I just got my 2nd degree. I just got my PhD. I was speaking to Make-A-Wish staff recently and a beautiful staff member came up and said, I was in that audience that day and now I'm in not-for-profit, something I love doing." A young principal came up at a conference 2 weeks ago and hugged me and said, "I'm now a principal. I was one of those girls." Last year I was watching the Logie Awards and they came to the end where the memorial part of the show was on, and there was Yoram Gross's face. And I was deeply moved. Yoram, the father of animation. I'd worked for him for 40 years. And there wasn't a sound from the audience. And I got quite peed off and I thought, don't you know what this man has contributed? And suddenly I heard some words in my head. I live in you. And I got what leadership is truly about. You see, his inspiration was not dead. It was alive and well and living in me. And that's my privilege as a leader, to pay that forward to others so that I live in them. I'm 67 now. I just had my birthday last week. I'm in the quickening of my life. One day there will be no more Re-MINDavators. It will mean that I don't want to do them anymore, or I'm dead. Somebody will let you know which one of those it is. So I love the Jesuits' lovely quote, "Name your gifts, claim your gifts, aim your gifts out into the world." There's no room for false modesty as a leader. Claim your gifts is about humility. Humility comes from the word humus, grounded, of the earth, real. So, name them and then give them away to others so that you create a legacy for a lifetime, on into the future. So ask yourself the question, what does leadership look like to me? And enjoy the images and the answers that come back to you, because they are your legacy as a leader.